1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, I see. Okay, so actually, let me bring it over. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so we'll do that. Iron heating. Hmm. Pro top right. No scope. Full scope full. Pro top right. Default overhead. Okay, we're getting there. That. Move the mini scope. Move the head. And then add. Okay. We're getting there, chat. Just give me a minute. Okay, no scope. Default laptop overhead. Mini scope full. Okay. Yeah. And then copy this. Put this over here. Except make it way bigger. There we go. All right. I think we're good to go. Okay, so we're going to be building a retro chip tester tonight, which is I'll show you. It's a little device for testing old chips from like pinball machines and Mega Drives and Super Nintendos and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to build one of these. Let me show you. Okay, we're going to just go over here and change to Firefox. Yeah, so we're going to build one of these, and this is a pretty cool device. You can use it to debug if your chips on your old hardware and your old pinball machines, your old arcade machines, you can test them to see if they're broken. You can run tests on them. So for somebody like me that's got a lot of old equipment, it's pretty cool. So so yeah, so I'm going to go and I'm going to go and start building this, building the retro chip tester. Now, this is no mean feat because this thing is a lot of components. So you buy it with a bare board, and then you have to build it up, and you get the instructions on how to build it up from this guy in Germany. Um, and he sends you the board, and he can send it to you kind of partially assembled as well. Um, or not, which is what I did. And so, yeah, this is the instruction manual here, which I'm looking at. And it shows you how to build the whole thing. So it's pretty cool little device. And we're going to build it. And it is non-trivial. And if you want to stay on here, you'll probably learn a lot about soldering. You'll probably learn a lot about fine pitch soldering because we're going to do this AT2560 microchip first, um, and that's going to be fun. What I have here is I've got my microscope, my board holder, and I've got the microscope trained on the microchip pad. And yeah, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So let's have a quick look here. I might need a little pointer pen. I have one right here. So, oh, there we go. All right, here's what we're going to do. This here is the chip bed, a little place where we're going to place an AT2560 CPU chip. We're going to put it right here, clean this up with alcohol and prep it, and then we're going to solder on this really small chip. Now, before we do that, we've got to go find the really small chip. So let's go find it here in our box of stuff from DigiKey. So there's the other pieces of the retro chip professional. I have not opened this box, so it's going to be interesting because I do remember I ordered some AT256 megas chips. We're just going to have to find them. So sorry. Yeah, LED, red LEDs. Sorry if this is going to be a little bit of a searching mission, but hopefully it won't be too boring. We will find the chips quickly, and then we can start soldering them. That's okay. So I'm going to just take a look here. What's this? That is oh, it's upside down for you. Can I rotate that? Give me 1 second, because that would be more fun for people. Uh, oh boy. Oh boy. How do I invert this? Laptop overhead. Laptop overhead. Right click. Scale, filtering, properties, filters, projector. Transform. Flip vertical. Okay, so now can you read DigiKey? Backwards. Okay, also flip horizontal. Transform, flip horizontal. Okay, I think that's going to be better. All right, so now can you read DigiKey? Or DigiKey? Yes, you can. All right, cool. All right, let's do that. So this is a connection socket, so this is not what we're looking for. not what we're looking for. So let's just keep digging until we find what I'm looking for. That's a yellow. Yeah, I've got stuff over here. Oh boy. Let's see what we've got. Connection, receptacle, switches. Okay. More stuff. IC regulator linear. IC regulator linear. Okay. This is not what we're looking for. So we're going to put this stuff back in a little bag. We'll come looking for all that stuff later. I'm going to leave it here behind me. All this stuff also, let's leave it here behind me. I'm in my garage, so I'm like literally throwing it on a car. Okay, so let's just get this stuff out of here. Box out of here. Can I get this cable a little bit out of the way? Can I just, can I get it just in there? I gotta be so careful. It'd be nice if I could do that. Oh, maybe I can do this. Put her under the laptop. Okay, that kind of sort of works. All right. Now there should be an AT2560 Mega. I mean, there should be. There should be two of them actually. So, oh, would they be in? They're probably gonna be here. Here they are. AT2560 Megas. So let's open this up and get the Megas out. All right, chat. We will get there. We've only been doing this for 6 minutes, so we can't be getting too excited. Okay. All right, so they gave me a little rack of them, which is, I guess, cool. Of course, I only need one right now. And we should be good to go. All right, so put that in there. We will put these other chips right here. Just slightly out of the way, but not too out of the way. And there's our chips. Okay. So we can actually put those under the scope. We have to just look at them. Let's do that. Okay, there they are. So the AT Mega 2560. All right. And there is pin 1 of that is up there. So, right. So now I'm going to have to go and, yeah, utilize one of these megas. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to poke up. Well, I'll leave it there for now. Wait a second. We'll leave them there for now. We'll just clean the board. So we're just going to leave them. Just going to leave them right there. We will instead let's clean the board, give it a little bit of alcohol, get it ready for the thing, and then we can get started. So as I said again, this is a stream where I'm building what's called the retro chip tester. And the retro chip tester is for testing chips that come in old arcade machines, Super Nintendos, Mega Drives, um, basically anything that was made in the like 70s, 80s, and 90s. A lot of those chips you can test using this tester. So if you're somebody who collects them, or you're somebody who has a lot of interest in old technology like that, and you want to be able to fix them, this will tell you, oh, hey, I've got a pinball machine, it's acting weird. Maybe it's this RAM chip, and you can test the RAM chip. Um, Take it off the board and test it, see if it's broken. Um, And also, if you've got spares, you can use the retro chip tester to test your spares to see if this, the chip that you're planning to put on is actually worth putting on the board. So, uh, so there we go. So first step, we're going to just clean the board here with 99% IPA. Okay. Um, we have our uh, iron, which is pretty ready to go. I'm just going to get my solder here. Okay, so I've got my solder right here. I've got my soldering iron, which is ready. Okay, so how do you go about soldering these tiny little chips? Well, you use a technique called drag soldering, and you use uh, a special type of flux you put across the pins, and then hopefully the whole thing goes pretty well. We're going to try that now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this chip up. Okay. All right, there we go. So we've got one AT26 mega. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. What we're going to need to do is align this chip in its little house, um, and just make sure that it is pin to pin with its uh, lined up with its package. So once we do that, then we're going to tape it and tape it to the actual board, and then we'll tack it, and then we'll start soldering it. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be probably um, a little lesson in doing these tiny chips. And so let's get to it. So we're going to go Pro top right. Okay, so I'll keep it so that you can see both the chip itself and you can see the zoomed in version. So here we go. All right, so step one is aligning this chip uh, with with the pins, right? So really, I mean, so critically important that I couldn't tell you. Really, really important, and that's the first thing we're going to do. I'm just using a little nudger here, right? So let's just see what we can do. Okay. Yeah, just as a little test one, that doesn't look too bad. Um, can't see the other side, but that's okay. Now, just so you know, um, there's a little star here, which indicates pin one. Just a little star here, and then this little circle indicates pin one as well. So that's how I know that it's oriented correctly, and that's how we're going to do it. So we can just double check here by going to the manual. So I'm just going to show you here. Right, let's go to the manual for the retro chip tester. Let me show you that right now. So Firefox with scope. Yeah, I guess. I guess that will work. Yeah. Um, oh, this will actually work even better. So we're going to come down, blah, blah, blah. There we go. There's the chip. Now, this board, when he did this PDF, he didn't actually have the star, but how we know it is that the little dot is here, and then right below it is H2 and H3. So dot, H3, H2. If we go back here, you can see there's the dot. Well, I don't know if you can see my cursor or not. And then there's H2 and H3 is right beside it. So we're pretty good to go here. Now, what we'll do is, I don't know where this atmel, let's see here. Yeah, so you can see there, like if you actually see there, I've really done quite a good job of lining this sucker up. So, that's actually what I would call a pretty stellar job for somebody who's just sort of messing around. But we're going to have to go down, I think, and just make sure that we get this right. All right, so I'm just going to shift it a little bit. Okay. Yeah. All right. So now I want to bring the light in. So I've got I'm going to switch back to what you can see what I'm doing. Um, okay, so here we go. Just going to change the light so that the light is shining. Um, oh, I see what's happening now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I see what's happening now. I actually don't have great light on that side, so I would need it to be on the other side. Huh. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. I think I screwed that up. I need to flip this board around and put it in. Yeah, I'm going to try it on the other side. Okay, so probably shouldn't have done this ideally, but let's see what we can do. Okay. All right. All right. No, that's not going to work. No, that's not going to work because now the microscope is misaligned. So we're going to go back to where we were. That's okay. We'll have to find the light a different way. I would like to have better light than that. How we can do it is I do have another light source up here. Yeah, and it looks like that light source is going to work. Okay. All right. So for my two viewers, um, thank you for hanging out. The action is going to begin any second. Um, let's just get our stuff in order first. So, okay, so we are not, yeah, okay. This orientation of this thing is a little bit weird, so yeah, okay. Now, so we need to go a little bit this way. Yeah, that's perfect. But we definitely need to come a little bit this way too. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Uh, it's definitely not perfect on the other side, so let's just check. Yeah. So now we need to go. We need to go a little bit. We need to go a little bit to the other side. Let me just see. So it's Atmel is that way, this way. Yeah. So I want to just check it. Okay. Yeah. So it's a little bit off on the bottom leg here. Oh, now it's a lot worse. Oh, I see. Yeah. So what happens is that because I'm kind of I'm a little bit off myself here. I'm looking at this from a different angle than what the camera is. It's just starting to kind of do weird stuff. So, okay. Yeah, all right. So that'll be kind of close enough just to we can slightly adjust it once we get the first leg down. Um, so we're gonna get our tape. Oh, okay. Now this will still allow us to do some slight adjustments. Okay. So we're okay here. We're definitely not okay here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay, now, so that is actually perfect. All right. Okay, two viewers. Uh, that's pretty good. I would say just if I had to be very pedantic about it, there is a slight issue with, yeah, I would like it to be a little bit more straight there. Yeah, it's off. Okay, so let me just pick this up again. All right, that seems to be a lot better. That seems to be a lot better. Okay, and then we're going to just, okay, so we're at the atmal. Okay. All right, so that looks pretty good. That really does look pretty good. Now, oops, check the, and pretty good on top too. Okay, so what we're going to do is now, um, we're going to just tack. Yeah, that's plenty. That's going to be plenty good. Right. Now, hang on a second. What did I do here? Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. I've got a few viewers now. Cool. Uh, wow, a lot of pressure. 7 people. Um, all right. Just so you know what I'm doing here, I'm building what's called a retro chip tester. We're about to paste down this sucker onto the board, and yeah, it's going to be relatively difficult actually. Uh, it wouldn't be the simplest thing in the world to do this stuff. Um, so just going to get this a little bit more in sync. Yeah. All right. Let me just go full scope. Okay. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not great chat, is it? On the right hand side there, do you see on the right of your screen? Definitely those are not aligned with the not aligned with the uh with the legs. So n not really a good idea to start tacking things down when you don't have that. So we're just gonna have to go up again. Just gonna pick up the tape, and I'm gonna just nudge it. Sorry, yep. Uh-huh. Yeah, but you see what happens when you nudge it. Yeah, it's gonna have to just come straight down. Hmm. Yeah, well, that's gonna be a bit of a pain. Right, so let's just stop. Put that over there. I need to restart this. This is quite difficult, chat, because oh my gosh, I I'm oriented slightly different from how this thing is. You're seeing it on screen, so all my movements have to be the opposite. Oh God, it's so confusing. I wish I hadn't done this. Okay, okay, so okay. Oh, I don't know about you, chat, but I'm gonna call it there. Oh, dough. One chip. Sorry, I'm one leg off. So that was my bad. So my bad. So I actually had it perfect, but I was one chip off, just like I am again here. See? So I'm just one chip off, one leg off, I should say. Oh my God, this would be so much easier if I wasn't, if my camera wasn't inverted the way I have it. Now, okay, so now to get this right, I just need to rotate this guy a little bit this way. Okay, and this guy a little bit this way. And this guy a little bit this way. This guy a little bit this way. Yeah, that's it, chat. That's it right there. That's it. Perfect. Okay. All right. We're going to start. So let's just do a double check of the top part here. Yeah, absolutely perfect in every way. Okay, so that's what we're doing now, chat. We are going with to solder this now. So we're going to be using oh, let me see, what's called uh, a hoof-tipped soldering iron. Um, it basically holds solder in a little sort of reservoir. Let me see if I can show you that with this camera, maybe. Yeah, so with this camera, I can probably show it to you. All right, so you see that? Sorry, don't look at the microscope. Just look at the tip of the soldering iron. You see it's got a little indent. Well, that indent holds solder. So when I put solder on this, it's going to hold a little bit of that solder inside the hoof tip. And then when I drag it along the pins, the pins are going to take the solder and it's all going to happen and it's all going to be awesome. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to pull off that what's called captain tape. It's a heat resistant tape. And then we can do the other legs and everything's going to be groovy. Okay. Um, let's do it. Um, first thing, first thing is first. We need to get our um, flux. All right. And now we're going to do what's called tinning our iron. Okay. Now I'm just going to clean it as well. Now we've tinned the iron now. It feels good. Get a bit more solder there. Okay. Now, if all goes tall, you should see. Yeah. Okay. So you should see these get these get soldered right now. Okay. Okay. It looks like I might have missed one. We're in the center there. Okay. Now I'm just going to show you what happened there. Right. So that's what's called the drag solder method. Um, it basically, and that hoof tip is basically how it's done. Now I'm going to show you something as well, a little bit closer. So I've got another microscope. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, this might be an interesting thing to do. So you can see I've got my scope here, which is showing you. Um, that scope is showing you the chip as I you know sort of go and solder it, right? And see, can I get better light for you here on that side? For some reason it won't. Okay. Anyway, so I have another scope here, which I can actually put over the. I can put it over the scope that we have there. And we can go even closer and we can go in and look and see what's going on to see how that solder job went. Because I know for a fact that I need to do at least One, two, one, two. Did I get audio back? Looks like I have audio back. Um, sorry, I'm trying to see. Did somebody enter some chat? Somebody did, but it wasn't on Twitch, so I can't read it now. Nice. Tom. Cool. Thank you, Tom. Sorry. So that was my bad. Um, I screwed that up. And yeah, hopefully we can get more of this going. That's weird. I wonder why everybody stayed then if they couldn't hear me. That was strange. Uh, so, mhm. Okay, let's just make sure that we get this. Okay, so okay. 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 All right, I'm going to bring in the little mini scope now in a second. All right. We'll bring in the mini scope in a second and um, see what's happening. See if we've made any impact. Yeah, okay. Now, all right, let's take a look with the mini scope. All right, I'm just gonna clean with some alcohol for a second. And then I'm gonna just go in with cotton bud. All right, let's see where we're at. Okay, here's the mini scope. Pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty good shot. There's that one leg that's not attaching. I don't know what's going on there. Let me just see if it's lifted or something. Weird. Okay, so it's there from this. It's very close to the 16. Okay. Um. All right. Oh, I see it. Yeah. Weird. All right. Let's just get some. Let's get some just very much just only on that area. Strange. Why would that bit specifically? That's strange. So everybody, I'm still what I'm doing here is I'm building what's called a retro chip tester. It tests microchips and RAM and things from old pinball machines and all sorts of cool stuff. Um, looks like I got it there, did I? I'm not sure. Oh, I think I might have bridged it there, but that's okay. Okay. Right, let's have a look. We'll use the mini. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good, chat. Very good. Okay. So, all right. So two sides done. So hopefully you're seeing it's not too bad if you have the right equipment to do this, to do these tiny chips. So this is a AT26 Mega Atmel chip, um, and you know you can really make it work. All right. So all right, mini top right. Oh, sorry, no, pro top right. It's the pro, what I call the pro scope, which is this one. Okay, so that looks good. Um, huh. Now, what is interesting here, but we'll probably get away with it. Let me just show you. Package might have shifted while I was working on it. And what I mean by that is I had it pretty much perfectly aligned, but if you look there, they're off a little bit, right? That's okay, but this top bit's off a little bit. So the package is slightly misaligned. Now it shouldn't make a huge difference, but it's just something I've noticed there, and it might have an impact um, as I go to drag solder that. Anyway, let's do that. Let's drag solder it. So we're going to do now. I'm going to just put the flux on all of that, and then we're going to drag solder this sucker. Okay, so this is a little awkward for me. I got to kind of come in from the side, right? All right, so we will do it now. And I just do this by looking at the chip. I'm not actually looking at the scope at this point. Okay, so I didn't get all the ones at the top there. All right, so I didn't get all the ones at the top. There might have been one or two missing. It might be just... Okay, let's add a little bit more. Flux. Okay. All right. And then I need to this one up. So now to do this, I need to kind of put it right up to the pin. This is a way to kind of suck the solder up, so just put it into the pin like this. But I think I have too much solder in the hoof already, so I need to do it again. Also, I might need to wet it with flux again. Okay. So generally okay, but just let me just try again here. Yeah, okay, and then might be something going on up here. I'm not sure. Okay, let's clean and check. Clean and check sounds like an airplane thing. I don't know. Okay, I have a good feeling about this. Maybe there might be some bridges up there near the top, but I think on the whole, this has been reasonably good. Okay, we're bringing the mini scope. So glad I have this mini scope. I really don't know what I'd do without it now tonight. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. Yeah, we can already see that there's probably a bridge there. Yes, there is. Okay, let's twist it a little bit this way. Okay, so we've got a bridge at the end, which is kind of the always that happens. And that's it. That's it. See up here? We just have a little bit of a bridge on the top 3 pins. That's going to be easy peasy. Okay. It's much easier now that we know that it's there. And so the way to get that bridge off of those 3 pins is just to put the flux on, clean the soldering iron almost completely, and then just bring the hoof up to the pins so that the hoof, oh well, actually hang on a second, you can't see this right now. Oh dear. You can't see it because of the logo. So let's, how would I do this? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can't see it because of the logo, so. Okay. And then what I can do is just bring this guy All right, that's it. I bet you that did it. Sorry, one sec. What is this thing doing? I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. All right, so that's done. I can just bring him, can I bring them in even closer? I guess I could. All right. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's good. And now do the other, we'll do the other one, the other side, I should say. And that'll be it. So go top right. All right, so now we only have left to do this last piece. All right, and it's pretty well aligned, no real issues. So I don't anticipate too much problems here. Plus this is my good hand, my good side, I should say. Okay. Okay. get that. Come back in. I did have a little bit of lack of flux, but let's just have a quick look before. Well, let's clean it and then have a look. Yeah, there might be a little bit of bridging there. We'll see. We'll get the mini scope in on it. Mini scope. What does the mini scope see? Yeah, okay. Looks like we can kind of see a bridge there. That's okay. Okay, so we've got a bridge on under 6. That's fine. Oh, and a non-connection at the end. I missed the end pin. Okay, that's simple. All right. So we're just going to put, sorry, let's get the scope again. Okay, and then just some flux here because I somehow forgot it. Now this is, you can see when you do this, right? This is why a lot of people struggle with building sometimes QFP package projects without having the proper equipment, because if you miss one pin, probably nothing's going to work, or there's a good chance something's not going to work. And I remember when I used to do this, when I had no clue what I was doing, um, that, I just didn't think of this stuff. I was like, oh, I did a pretty okay job. But if you don't get really down into it and take a look at it with the scope, and then like another scope, like what I'm doing, um, I mean, you're just kind of flying blind, right? And then it's really, it gets frustrating then, because this thing has to run some software, and then when you get the software running, okay, one second. Then you get the software running, and then the software doesn't work. I remember I built an OSSC, which is a device for video, retro video games. Um, I want to go in on that one. Let me have a look and see that. And oh boy, like that had a lot of fine pitch stuff. And I got an HDMI port or HDMI chip, and I just didn't know what I was doing. I mean, it's such a mess of that. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, now let's look at this one. Other side. I'm just checking the whole thing now. Okay, okay. Yeah, this looks perfect, chat. Uh, those ones look a bit dodgy. Those two don't look like they have enough solder. Where are they? They're just to the middle. Okay, so there's four. There's four. Okay, that's the middle of that whole section. Okay, so it just looks like on one side of one section, there's just a couple of legs that aren't drawn down into the They're not drawn down into the yeah, it's probably around here somewhere. They're not drawn down to the leg. So, yeah, one sec here now. Yeah, they're not drawn down to the leg, and because of that, um, they will potentially make a bad connection. So we're going to just try and see if we can fix that, and then we'll check. Yeah, one second, chat. Okay, all right. I might have to wrap up for a second, chat. So I hope this was enjoyable because it looks like we did get it done. Um, uh, I hope this was enjoyable and you learned something. I mean, that's the main thing. I learn a lot from watching people's streams. Um, and so I hope you did too. I've been doing this a while. I would say, I'm not a professional, but I'm not a beginner either. So, I've had a lot of fun with this. Um, yeah, and I hope you do too. I hope this was interesting and somewhat educational. Yeah, there we fixed it, you see? All right. So this app melt, I mean, unless the chip itself is damaged, this app melt chip should boot when we connect it and we, wire it to the board and connect it up to a firmware blaster. Um, touch wood, it should be good to go. Um, so that was it. That was how we did the retro chip tester, um, putting on the Atmel. So I hope that this was valuable and useful for you folks. Did I scratch something on the board here? No, it's just something else. It's like a coding or something. Okay. Um, yeah, I hope you all learned something. What I'm going to do is leave this like this because I can come back tomorrow and I mean honestly this is the hardest part. That's why a lot of people do get this sent to them with this chip already added to the board. So yeah, so that's why people tend to do that is because that took me 1 hour, 20 minutes. So but it's a good project, interesting to do, um, and it helps kind of like hone your skills on doing this kind of work. Yeah, really cool. And for the people that stayed and hung out, I really appreciate it. It's not easy to watch these streams. Sometimes I know it's like you're going in and out with the microscope and everything, and then you're gonna have to follow what I'm saying. But I hope it was useful. Thank you, Tom, for telling me that I lost my mic in the middle of it because that is something that would have been a real pain because I want to put this on YouTube and show people how to do this chip. Um, and that's it. That is it. Good night, Tom. Good night for my other viewers that are watching. I'm going to watch a TV show now, so don't think I'll come back, but I might come back and stream. Maybe, because I don't get much time to do this stuff. Um, and yeah, take care, everybody. And thank you, 556 Center Mass, for following me on Twitch. All right, take care, Tom. Catch you the next time. Hope you learned something.